Hello and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play World of Tanks, and it is patch 7.2 day. As you can see here, I have a whole slew of new tanks. Oh yeah, I didn't want that to happen yet. But yeah, I have the Tier 10 American Heavy. I ended up buying it late last night before the patch came out. So I was able to get the T30, which became this tank there. And then that was replaced by this. And then I also got this because it was replaced by this. So, the T110E5 is the new Tier 10, which replaced the T30, which became a Tier 9 tank destroyer for the turreted class. And then the M103 is a replacement for the T34, which got knocked down to Tier 8 and is a premium now. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're all using 120s of different sorts. Yeah, these two are using the same guns. They're both the large... Yeah, they're both the large M-whatevers, M58s. And that's some nice stuff. And then the T34 here is using a very similar gun, slightly different damage and penetration. Alright, so anyway, first and foremost, I'm going to go over to one of these tanks here. I need to play with that crew. Anyway, so, as you can see here, it lists right there the little icons next to the tank tier as to what it is, either being a heavy TD like that one, or medium. And if they're elited, it has like the little, what are they called? Olive leaves in gold around the tank class, I guess you could call it. Then for your doubles, it has it actually listed right there, ×2. So I'm imagining if they do like triples or something, they'll have a ×3 there. Anytime that it needs to alert you that you have experience to be earned in a significant amount, they'll put some sort of notification there. The premium tanks also have a nice gold lettering there, so you can tell. There's my lion. You can tell, and the tetrarch and everything else back through in this way, if I can find another one. I know I have one more somewhere. Like that, the Stuart and the whatever. T127, they're all labeled in gold, so that you know that they're premiums and can earn you some big cash. And then as you saw every time I was poking over things, little pop-up there. Telling you that if you see here, I have earned no experience yet on this tank. I have it set as my primary. I have double experience for the first victory on this tank. Gives me the quick rundown of like the armor on it, which is nice. Also gives me the crew, consumables, and equipment. Tells me if it's ready for battle or not. So if I can hover over each individual tank, get a quick rundown without having to go and look at anything else. And it's not really bad at all. I mean, I love how I can see everything like that. Oh man, that's a lot of armor on this tank, and plus it's slopey. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. Oh, this is going to be fun. Nice little thing here, in addition, is now you have little filters. I can change it so I only see the US tanks. Change it so I can see only Chinese, which don't have any. Put it back to all nations. Change it to the class, like I only want to see tank destroyers. Stuff like that. Go back to all. And of course I can select just my primaries only, so it won't show me my lower or my non-primary tanks. So if I go over to here where I don't have any, it would clear them out. And then it brings it back. So, other than that, there is a new camo skin for every tank. I don't know what they were though, because I'd never used camo skins to begin with. But we get an additional camo skin now. There's also two new maps. Let me close my buddy Gilly's chat there. Hi Gilly. There's your shout out. Buddy of mine since, geez, easily over 10, 15, well, 10 years? Yeah, probably 10 years now. So anyway, two new maps. If I get into games with them, I'll be sure to try and record them. And most importantly, let me go to a tank that I can actually use this on. Skills! Let's go with this guy, radio operator. What does he have for skills? Well, he has a lot of stuff. So I'm going to have to really sort through all these skills, find out which one I want for each individual tank and for each individual person. Because, I mean, you have your standard 3 here. Then you also have all these other ones that you can do. If I go over to this tank here, these are all still set up for my T34 crew. You get all these things that you can toy with. So it's going to take a little bit of going through it all, figuring out what I want, what I need to put in there. And yeah, oh man, there's just so many options. It's a little overwhelming to say the least. So I think what I'm going to do is farm credits for a bit. Maybe I'll play the two new tanks that I have, play the T30 as well. Try and get a feel for all those and record some videos with that. And once I get some more credits, I can start buying new tanks and then all that jazz. because you guys are probably tired of seeing the T-34 and the E-75 over and over. So now I have 3 new tanks at a minimum I could show you, and then when I get more credits and everything else, we'll have fun with that. And yeah, I'll play around with the crew skills real quick. Maybe I'll give you a rundown of what I found to be useful for each individual tank that I end up running. Alright, so I will see you guys in a bit here. Well, a bit for me is me playing, a bit for you is whenever this transitions to the next part of the video. So yeah, that's it for this introduction part. I will get some gameplay in, or no, I'll probably show you guys some crew skill choices before I do some gameplay. And then I'll show you guys some gameplay with these tanks. Probably going to be a pretty long episode because of this patch. This is awesome and overwhelming. So hang tight, everybody. Okay, so I did a little bit of playing around, some money making with my premiums there, because I kind of needed some some cash. I was hurting for it. But going over some crew skills, some interesting ones that I found are actually pretty good. Like for TDs, for example, having the commander with recon, and then the radio guy. Do I have a radio guy? No. Let me rephrase that then. If you have the radio guy, let me go to a tank that has a radio guy somewhere in here. Here we go. No. Yes, there we go. If you have the radio guy and he has situational awareness, and then you have a commander who has recon, it works in tandem, so it actually gives you pretty good ability to see further. It increases your, what is it called, view range. So with the 2 of those together, you can get some pretty good view range, which really helps out for TDs. Additionally, a must-have for TDs, for a driver, is definitely the clutch braking, where it allows you to rotate back and forth without much trouble, or moves faster. So, those are some clutch things for TDs. Additionally, for the gunner, I like Deadeye for, I need to actually check out what Deadeye is. I just kind of picked a few random ones to try it out. There's a few select ones that I went with. Deadeye's the increasing damage to, or better chance to do damage to systems and crew. Just wanted to try it out. I have a few different perks selected on a few different things. I mean, you can see I have a camo selected on a few. For most tanks, though, Smooth Ride is going to be my go-to if I'm a medium or heavy. Because, man, I'll tell you what, being able to basically have a built-in stabilizer with just crew, and then throw a stabilizer on top of that if you really need to, man, that's going to be so deadly. So, yeah, just a few different choices I made. Recon seems to be a typical one for me. I did put on, where did I do it? Here we go. I put on Eagle Eye on this one because I do kind of like to be able to see if something's damaged. It does help out. It lets me know if it did end up damaging their gun or their ammo rack that I'm aiming for, or if I just tracked them or blew their engine or something. So there's just several different options. It's really just a lot of playing around. You kind of see ones that fit perfectly for that tank, and you kind of figure it out as you go. Like my Lion here, I have Eagle Eye and Camouflage, and this one's the Snapshot, which allows your turret to move and not take much of a hit to your reticle size, so that one's great. I especially use that one a lot. Radio range, of course. The Radio Man, all of them, always going to have situational awareness. Almost all my tanks. And then I really didn't see any too much that are must-haves for my gunners. I mean, they do have some that are good. Obviously, the Adrenaline shots, or Adrenaline Rush is great, but it's just the rarity. If I'm down to 10%, I'd rather, I don't know. I gotta try it out and see what I think of it. I haven't really put too much thought into it, so it's a lot of experimenting around still. Don't really have too much invested yet. So, something nice though, as you can see there, I have one, and then I have another one down there, is this nice little mastery badge. You can see here, I did a match where I did better than 50% of the players with my average experience, and so that's pretty cool, how it kind of rates you a little bit, showing you how well you're doing. Getting a ace tanker is going to be really tough. Anything above class 3 is going to be pretty tough. You have to be pretty good. I'm sure I can get one on occasion, but consistently, who knows? I can only hope. That'd be pretty cool. So, that about covers the new stuff, at least from this aspect. I mean, there's a new login screen, obviously, and there's a few new things here and there that I'm forgetting, but nothing too big. I mean, obviously, you have the little icon there saying that you need to have gold to remove it. But yeah, so I covered pretty much all the typical stuff in here. Oh, I didn't even show you guys the new tech tree. So there you go. There's the new tech tree. You can see right there is my new heavies, and then over here is the new turreted TDs. I have the T30 already unlocked, and then I just have I used some free experience to get this thing, so I'll probably start doing that when I can afford one. So let's hop into some of these bigger tanks and see what I think of them. So I'm in the M103 American New Heavy for Tier 9s. It replaces the T-34. And from what I've gathered, this thing actually acts kind of like a medium more than it does a heavy, except that it has the heavy gun and more hit points. The thing itself is relatively lightly armored. It has about 125 to 150 armor across the front. Of course, the gun mantlet having slightly bit more, but it does have some pretty decent slope to it. So your chance of bouncing shells is pretty decent, but it also cannot take a hit. So you need to play this thing very carefully, very cautiously. You almost need to play it as though it's a, like I said, a medium, because that's about all it really can be amounted up to. Now, as you see here, the over-target markers I have been using are no longer in the game. There's no need, because they actually have over-target markers built in now. It's just a nice little health bar. I did a little modifying to it to change it up just a bit, make it a little more pleasing to myself. I like the ability to see all the hit points and everything. So that's what I changed. And then of course it tallies up your damage as opposed to individual damage there. So that's not too bad. But yeah, that could be found easily in the settings and then over in the markers right there. Of course I kind of screwed myself out of a shot by doing that, but you know what? Worth it to show you guys. So the T-34 that I had actually got knocked down to a Tier 8. Still has the 120, still does some pretty decent damage and pretty decent pin, but it has less hit points. It's down to 1500, and it's about the same armor and speed and everything else. So it's overall it's not bad. I do like it. Ah, boo hiss with that miss. Trying to get my snapshots in. But I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with this tank. I mean, I've only played it once before and didn't do too well, but it was a quick awakening call as to how to play this tank, and it really is a medium tank. Well, it's a heavy tank, but it plays very similar to most mediums. So I'm not too worried about it. That means actually that your skill choices can be changed up. You definitely want to have like smooth ride among some other choices there. Try and get some cool things. Ah, boo hiss. Smooth ride would help it. That way you get the mobility and the and people are poking me when I told them not to. So okay, he's dead. Cut across here. Expose myself to some fire, but we'll get this M26. So yeah, if you get smooth ride and then the turret turning one, they actually do end up having a pretty decent tank, because like I said, this thing is pretty fast and agile. See if I can't get behind this guy. Do some damage that way. I know there's 59s out here somewhere. There we go. Unless the 59's repositioned elsewhere. Come on, load. I don't want to shoot my own teammate. I don't want to waste another shot. There we go. Okay. So moving on here. Yeah, this thing's pretty fast. I do like it a lot. I don't know if I could stand toe-to-toe against other tanks. The upgraded one might be able to. The higher level one, I forget what it is. The T110E5, I believe it is. That thing could probably go toe-to-toe. I'll actually play that thing next. I was having some experience with it earlier and I kind of got myself killed. But, needless to say, I need to learn how to play this tank just a tad bit better. But overall, it's pretty strong. I mean, well, the gun's strong, and of course, obviously your tank itself is somewhat fragile, but that's not a big deal. Just gotta play it right. It's a quick little snapshot kill there. Poor guy, wasn't even ready for it. Man, that little Type 59's rocking it. Gonna have to go put an end to his reign. I do like this thing though. It is really awesome. I must say I'm kind of pretty satisfied with it so far. I don't know what I'd change to it. I know throwing the loader on it might help it. Throw some vents on it and maybe a spall liner, so it has less damage from stuff. But otherwise, kind of like it. Yeah, that hits pretty hard. I don't want to chase this guy. But I will damage him for a lot, and he'll bounce off me. Yeah, it's that slope. Sitting there at this angle, perfect. Because I'm getting all that glances. Of course, I could sneak that shot in and get the kill. But yeah, I mean, this, like I said, it's definitely a medium. Gotta play it like one. Be quick, be agile, be sneaky. Don't sit out there and take some hits. It cannot do that. So here I am in a new tier 10 tank in a new map. This map looks really complex. So I'm just kind of gonna pal around with another tier 10 somewhere I could follow. Where did he go? Right there. No? I'm making that up. I have no idea. So, I'm just gonna go and figure it out. Oh, he's behind me. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, this tier 10 is my first tier 10. It's really interesting. Oh my god! I was not ready for this. This Little Italy map is really very, very little. There is really no hiding spots here. You see everybody. You're right on top of people. This is really small and kind of cool. I like it. Different. It'll teach you to play really carefully too. Can't really expose yourself to the artillery battery or anything. Man, I was not expecting this. Not in the least. So the IS-4 right over there did get a lot smaller along with the IS-7. So that does change the game up quite a bit for those tanks. Now also when you get a kill, the explosion effects are completely different. They actually kind of explode as opposed to they're just kind of burning wrecks before. So that is pretty cool. I like how the new effects work out. See if I can't sneak out here and pop a shot somewhere. I have no shot on him. Let's not risk it. So as for this tier 10, the T11OE5 replaces the American, what is it, T30. So it went from a glass cannon-like tank to a very strong armored tank. It has near 200 to 250 armor on the front, which is excellent. Totally what the Americans need to be able to do standoff attacks and be able to fight up against the more heavier stuff that you see the Germans and the Soviets bring. So it's nice to have a tank that really works out for them now. And I'm kind of liking this thing. Doesn't do nearly the damage that the other tier 10 tanks can do, but it does have some really high penetration, so that helps a lot. I cannot hit anything up there. I kind of am at the mercy of them deciding to come through a choke point somewhere. And again, I don't want to kind of expose myself while I can avoid it. Hopefully our artillery's spot on and can do what it needs to do. There's their tier 10s. Kind of makes me want to be up top. Because I don't know what I can do from over here. Okay, so, need to think. What to do. Not a lot over there. Anything over here I can hit? No. Well, I guess I'm going to have to stay here for a little bit. But yeah, so, overall, I mean, I'm liking this patch a lot. I just got to get used to the new tanks, figure out how they work a little better. Kind of play around with everything. Give it a good shakedown. I like the fact I now have a tier 10. That's awesome. It is not... It's technically I cheated to get it. I did have to burn a lot of free... I had to burn a lot of free experience. I had to buy gold to convert experience and everything else. So this is not going to be counted as my first tier 10, sadly, that I earn. Kind of, I just purchased it. Had to sell quite a few tanks in order to afford it, too, because this patch came out a lot quicker than I was ready for. I didn't think it was going to be at the time. Missed. So I will definitely be getting the E100 relatively soon. I'm not too far away from it. And that's when everyone keeps asking, when am I going to do another garage, like, review of stuff. Now that there's a lot of American TDs with turrets, I want to play through those a little bit, get some of those at least. And also I want to be able to get my E100. Once I get my E100, that's when I'm going to do it. I kind of didn't dictate any other times, but I think that's, that would be perfect. I get the E100, and I can call it there as my, when I'm ready for another garage review. I know it's now 30 some odd episodes past that fact, but you know, it's a lot has come out since then. I need to get up there and experience some of that stuff. Don't want to nuts. See if I can do this properly. Need to hug the walls here. Man, this map is tiny. The other map is pretty big, so it's kind of interesting. We're tied up. This might not actually be a good idea. Of course, I think I'm exposed to artillery by doing this too. Where's their artillery? Their artillery's down here, so you can't actually shoot me where I'm at. I'm actually in a good spot. I'll take it. Now if this E50 could get out of my way, I could probably get some nice shots. Just like that. Come on, buddy. Do it again, reload. Let me get this tier 10. Oh no, you're in my way. Well, I don't think I can actually damage him. Nope. It's gonna bounce off him. He's at a great angle, and I can't really hit him where he's at. So I'm gonna have to just wait it out. We are whittling down their tier 10s though, which is nice. Alright, if he moves, I can get him. I don't want to take the shots that I have. As I stick myself on a rock like that. Man, I can't wait for those physics engines to be put in this game. And that's when somebody got stuck. There we go. A little bit of wiggle. And now I'm free. So let us go. That's suicide. I'm going to play this very carefully. Because I need to keep hidden from their artillery. There we go. Got him. Take out this tank. Don't worry about him later. No, that wasn't what I wanted. T-30's gonna hurt. Ah. Not good. Track needs to repair itself quicker. Actually, I might... can I do it? Nope. Didn't think I could. Well, it was a good attempt. It was probably a bad idea for me to do that, though. Hopefully my team can make up for that mistake of mine. I kind of went for the kills on the 2 tier 10s. And in turn, I ended up getting them a free, easy kill. Should have paid a little more attention to that one. Oh well, it's... Oh well, we'll figure it out. So, moving on, do one more tank record button. So I'm in the nice little T-30 here. It's was a tier 10 and is now a tier 9 tank destroyer. The end of the turreted line. So it's kind of interesting. I have not had the ability to play it before. So I was able to buy it last night just in time for me to have to go and do other activities. But I was able to buy it, giving myself the ability to end up getting the tier 10s, which I just showed you the video of the, I don't remember the name, T1105E something. Man, it's going to be hard to remember. I'm just going to have to call it the T11. It's probably the easiest way to do it. So, this thing is a tank destroyer with a turret now, kind of proper to how it probably should be, especially with the, oh no. Oh, it's a 20-second reload. That's gonna... Wow, okay, you're really gonna have to think about your shots before you take those. I was not ready for that one. Penetration's pretty high, damage is very high. So this thing's pretty awesome. Really going to have to be careful with my shots like that. I can't go wasting shots. This thing definitely needs an ammo rammer. If I get the ammo rammer on this thing, it'll be a lot, well... It'll be what, 10%, so you're talking about 18-second reload, which is not bad. 2 seconds is a lot. So, you really have to be very concentrated on your shots and not miss. That unfortunately sucked. But, you know what? It's part of the game. I rolled bad on that shot. What can I say? Should have aimed for center of mass like this. So I'm giving it a little bit to reload, and we'll see, probably not even worth taking that shot. Thankfully, it takes that long to reload. Otherwise, I would have wasted another shot. As for this thing, definitely a camping tank. And so, pick your skills accordingly, of course. Need to be careful with what you do, what you decide to go with. I, of course, go with the view range. Totally is my optimal choice. I don't remember what else I kind of went with, but view range totally is needed. And I am either in the wrong position or something here. So I'm not going to hit anything. See if I can hit him. I am not hitting anything today. Fair enough. Okay. Oh wow, this thing has a lot less hit points than it used to. That is good to know. It's down to 1650, down from 2000 something. Alright, so far I've been very ineffective. It's half tempting to run up with this thing, but I gotta remind myself not to do that. This is not the tank to go run and gun with. Probably should move up the hill. Well, they already got that covered. What to do, what to do. It's, like I said, it's very tempting to go play this thing like it used to be, where you could just kind of run and gun. Now you really gotta hang back, hold out, and wait. Running up there and gunning will do absolutely nothing but getting me killed, especially with how fragile this thing is in the hull. The turret, though, probably going to be just as strong as it used to be. Let's see here. Nothing needs to be shot. Okay, I'm cool with that. Whatever's over here, though. Now, there's that M103 that I was playing earlier. It's a nice tank, but I think it's going to get overwhelmed really easily over there. And I don't think he's going to pop up for me to see him. Here we go. Little IS-4. Just asking for it if I can hit him. Nope. Nowhere to be found over there. So let's rotate myself around, actually. Hold on, there's a Lorraine. I could effectively make his day terrible if I could just get a target lock on him, but I can't. Can't see him. Alright, so I'll just play kind of a defensive position where I'm at. Taking shots where I can. Oh no. Lost track of that Type 59, and that would have been probably a good target. Problem with playing this thing as a TD is it's kind of... I don't want to say it's boring, per se. Wow, Hummel. Way to just hang out there. Oh, here we go. Target-rich environment now. Of course, nothing worth shooting at. I can't hit this Lorraine. If he was only a couple inches a different direction. Oh no, we're losing a lot of forces over there. Which is not good. I cannot hit that Lorraine. Has excellent cover where he's at. So I'm not going to take that chance there. Instead I'm going to focus on this IS-4. I think that'll be probably a safer bet. Of course, he is hidden pretty well. Didn't use those buildings to his advantage while I get in position. I gotta rely on my team to take out that Type 59 because I'm gonna have to be the only one focusing on this IS-4. If I see him again, that is. There he is. Of course, he's behind a building. He's playing it smart. I gotta give him credit. It's very tempting to be focused elsewhere, though. That's the problem. Especially with the 20-second reload. But then again, when you do 800 damage, good lord, you can hurt somebody. Man, I bet he was not ready for that one. Okay, so we still have tons of tanks up there, so that's plenty covered. Not going to waste a shot on that, because that would be... yeah, that would be an abysmal waste of a shot. I'll tell you what. Playing this now and seeing that 20-second reload, it really makes me think about what I'm going to pull the trigger on. I really cannot sit there and waste a shot at silly things. I need to make sure that what I'm going to hit is going to really need to be hit or killed. And of course, when you get 0 damage like that, that's very unfortunate, because that was a very expensive, very long round to do nothing. Of course, I don't even think he'll be stuck there long enough for me to be able to take advantage of the fact that I tracked him. I don't want to waste a shot on this IS. What do we have out here? That 203's back. Well, can these guys hold? Hopefully. Because I need to hold this direction now. Of course I can't see him. That's part of the problem. I'm exposed and he has range on me. But the IS-4 did expose himself. For no damage. See, this is where I'm going to fall because I can't take all of them on like that. Gotta be very careful. The S-51 had a good shot on me, apparently. That Hummel's going crazy. Good for him. See, my problem again is it's a 20-second reload. I don't want to waste shots if I can avoid it. Come on, turn. There we go, that hurt. I'm gonna get down this hill so I take less hits. Of course, in the meantime, I'm gonna take hits trying to get down it. Man, reload is very long. Gotta be very careful. Oh, nope, won't matter. The 103 got me. Well, I tried my best, but man, this thing is a long reload. Really makes you gonna have to think what you're doing. So, I think that's gonna wrap it up for me. I'll take that loss. I really have to learn how to play this tank now. It's a TD. It does not have the survivability it used to. Oh, so with that, it was fun, was interesting. I kind of like this patch. I hope you guys learned something from it. I'm gonna probably end up playing the... Go back into my garage here real quick. Probably gonna end up having to get the... What are these things called? The Turreted TDs down as a different video. Probably do that next. Probably start working my way down them. See what I think of them. In the meantime, I now have Facebook up. That's Facebook/Darkling. It's tethered to my YouTube and to my Twitter account, which is nice. I got them all synced up finally, so it's all working together. And I'm on Facebook a lot more than Twitter anyway, so it's kind of cool. I can now deal with everything that way. So go ahead and like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and of course on here. If you want to rate and subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment. I do my best to get back to you guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. Hope you guys are all enjoying 7.2. I am. I know I have a lot to learn because these American tanks are very different. So, with that said, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode where I'm going to definitely feature these turreted TDs.